back with On Get Up, and if you like last night's game, check this out. Western Conference Finals get started tonight in Golden State. The Warriors and Mavericks meet in the playoffs for the second time. The other being in 2007 when the 8th-seeded Warriors beat the top-seeded Mavericks. Remember that? For this season, Dallas won 3 of 4 against Golden State. This year, Luka became the third player all-time to average 30 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists through his first 10 games of the postseason, joining Giannis and Oscar Robertson. And for Steph Curry, he became the 4th player to average 25 points in each of his first 2 series of a postseason at age 34 or older, joining LeBron, MJ, and Kareem. That's the kind of talent we're looking at in this one. And look at the odds.
Wow.
Here we go. Warriors and the Curry minus 220 series favorites against the Mavs, who are and they're 5-point favorites in Game 1 according to Caesars. Golden State has yet to drop a game at home this postseason, standing a perfect 6-0. What are the Mavericks to do? Vince, I come to you first. How do the Warriors, though, they got this big challenge ahead of them in Luka. How do they slow down Luka Doncic?
Well, I have a couple of things, questions that I want answered. But first and foremost, I want to know, how are they going to guard him? Pat, I heard you talking yesterday on Get Up as far as who you start on him. But I think Golden State puts multiple bodies on him. I like Wiggins guard him. You have to change it up because as a superstar, as a scorer in this league who has the ball a lot, you can't give me the same look every time, because when you do that, and I figure you out, I'm going to beat you. So I like the fact that Golden State has multiple guys that can guard him. Even Iguodala, he might not play much, but you get Wiggins. Obviously, his athleticism, his body type's a little different. You have Clay. Clay uses more positioning, moving his feet, hands-on. Then you have Draymond and Kuminga's athletic, and you have Draymond with his ability to bully and to muscle up where you don't, or he's not able to post up as easy in the paint. So that is one of the things I'm really looking for. How do they play him, and when do they change up? When he scores a couple of points, or just switch it up just because, out of timeouts? That's what I'll be looking for on one end. And on the other end, who is Luka going to guard? Because that makes a lot. That means a lot. Who he's going to guard?
Yeah, I think from a basketball standpoint, I think they're going to wear him down. I think they've seen this movie before. If I was to say that, they've seen Kevin Durant, Westbrook, Western Conference Finals. They've seen James Harden, without anybody. They've seen James Harden with Chris Paul. They've seen LeBron James without Kyrie. They've seen LeBron James with Kyrie. If it's one team that is ready and that has been tested, like from against an individual who has his impact on the game, it's the Golden State Warriors. So I think this is a movie that they've been in, that they've seen before, and we all know the ending.
And that's why it's hard not to give them the edge. But Monica, we talk about who's going to guard Luka, because what's interesting, and I want to pop that stat up again about who guards him the most on Golden State, because that's really interesting. It looks like Wiggins is the one who usually takes him. But Monica, I wonder who spends the most time on Luka, because even though you throw multiple bodies on him, it seems like somebody's going to have the primary job of, we got to stop this guy.
Yeah, this is a terrific stat. Andrew spends the most time, but I believe statistically it's Klay Thompson who has had the most success in terms of actually slowing him down. But y'all, I continue to go back to, the Warriors are not going to just abandon the idea of guarding Luka. Of course not. They're going to defend Luka. But when you look back at games 1 and 2 of the Phoenix series, he had 45 and 35 respectively, and those were still double-digit losses. And so, yes, Luka is the great puzzle that you got to figure out. Most importantly, if the game is close, you got to be guarding him in the fourth quarter, because we know he has a knack for making big-time plays in the biggest moments of the game. But I just think guarding the rest of the supporting cast is just as important, because if they don't show up, Luka solo cannot outscore this Warrior squad.
Yeah, I'm
Go ahead, Vince. Let Vince jump in here. Go ahead, Vince.
Go ahead, Pat. Well, I just want to say this. I agree with you 1,000,000%. Because my question, and I said this last series, is that, yes, if you can frustrate you, Luka, and that's why it's important to who's guarding him. If you're able to frustrate him and he has to get off the ball, and he's getting off the ball to guys who are not scoring, well, guess what he's going to do now? He's going to take those shots. He said, I have to score to keep us in the game. And if he's doing that and they're not scoring, he scores his 45 not winning, you play right into Golden State's hands. Go ahead, Pat, my bad.
No, you're good.
Absolutely.
Can we show that list again of people that's guarding them?
Yeah, let's put up that list again. Go ahead.
Because we're missing a couple people. Steve Kerr, the mascot of Golden State, man. Everybody gonna be guarding this guy, man. I mean, you got to think, man. Golden State ain't, they done seen this movie before. They done seen it all, man. Everyone's gonna take their turn. Everyone gonna have their chance, and we're not even having Steph up here. Like, I like Steph. I'm not saying I like Steph against him the whole game, but on the perimeter, like Steph ain't no slouch.
Full court.
Yeah, he ain't no slouch. Like he ain't gonna let you just blow past him all the time. So I mean, I like it. They're ready for it. They've seen this before.
So then let me ask a different question to you, Vince. What needs to happen for the Mavs to upset the Warriors in this series? Vince is like, I don't know if there is anything. Go ahead.
No, seriously. I mean, they're going to have to be consistent. They're going to have to find something that works. And adjustments in the playoffs, we all know this. Adjustments matter. What you do from the first quarter to second quarter could change. Obviously, we saw what Miami did at halftime. So adjustments are going to matter. And Luka's willingness to make adjustments because they're going to put bodies. They're going to have multiple eyes. They're going to close the gaps on them. But his willingness to make plays for others is important early. And that's going to be the key, in my opinion, because we saw a switch in Game 3 when Luka was willing to get off the ball. Luka, when he gets the rebound, throwing the ball ahead and allowing some of his guys to score or have an opportunity to score early in the offense. Then if he gets it back, he can be Luka.
Yeah, it just feels like when he believes in those other guys, and he does, and they adjust their game plan. Because remember what Dallas did against the Suns. Suns came out early. They were looking strong. And then Jason Kidd and his adjustments and getting the team involved changed the entire thing. So
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.